All right, another day at the park with Mr. Wrigley. And it's the same park, same type of day with the exact same strategy. So it's kind of just a Groundhog's Day for Wrigley. And that's what we want, is for him to just start being able to kind of expect what's about to happen. Presupposition is a big part of dog training. Is how do I get the dog to presuppose what he thinks is going to happen and start shaping the behavior inside of that presupposition. Then you start adding small little variables like to that, where it's like, oh, we're going to the park. Then there's a few more people at the park, and then a few more, and then we're at a different park, but the same thing. So just presupposing of what's going to happen and how he reacts to it. Wrigley! So there's a vibrate. And we would like a lot more speed on this, but we're at least controlling the motion. One step at a time. Speed has been the big challenge with him. There it is. There's some speed. Oh, and then so this is where I take off. Wrigley! So that was one more vibrate. And if he were to ignore that one or take off again, that's where like a shock would start coming in. So the vibrate can start being a precursor for the shock. So if I ever use the shock on Wrigley, I don't want him associating it with me. How I use the shock, it would be considered indirect pressure. So if he's over there and I vibrate, because I get 30 feet away from him, I vibrate, call his name, and he just keeps sticking to the sniffing, or he chases the goose. I vibrate and he just keeps going. Then I would press the shock, and in his mind that should be coming from the goose, from the thing that he's sniffing, and I should be the solution to the shock of, oh man, this isn't working out for me, what's plan B? And that would be me. I'm plan B. So how do I set myself up as the hero in these situations, not the cause of the shock? So I'm not saying sit, oh, you didn't sit, so I shock you, how most people would use the collar. I'm always setting it up with indirect pressure to devalue the thing that's stealing all my engagement. So we're going to do another vibration. Wrigley! So vibrate, that was a perfect turn. So we would like a little more speed. If he gives me speed, if I want speed, I try to add a little speed myself. So speed's something we're working on. But we are starting to steer the direction with that vibrate. We're starting to be able to get that about face back to me. But again, so if he would have kept going, then I would have started pressing the shock, and in his mind that should have been coming from something out there, and use that to bring back to me. So if I'm ever using the negative, I don't want to associate myself with the negative. I want him to pair the negative with something out there. So there'd be sharks in the water out there. I better get back to the lifeboat, and I'm the lifeboat. So we're just kind of doing the same thing. These trips to the park are a big part of our training of how do I get him wanting to be by me. This is one of the best ways to build engagement and to get him start saying, hey, I could be anywhere right now, but I choose to be by you. And how do we set this up to get that decision from him of him saying, yeah, I'd much rather be by you than go sniff the trees or chase the birds. So we're trying to get him to make that choice. While my training goes on, how do I get the dog to make the choice on his own? Because if he makes that choice of, I just want to be by you, and that choice is successful with food, that's going to be a choice he continues to make. I can't force myself on him. So this is where I start getting distance. Once he starts getting around 30 feet, Wrigley! That's the vibrate, turn, back to me. So we're starting to build like this invisible 30-foot perimeter around us. And we want that to just kind of start becoming a subconscious perimeter. And before you know it, we're not going to need the vibrate all the time to get that we're going to start just getting that through our motion. If I start walking one way, he starts following me. This is how we build it. So we're on the right track. Again, we want some speed out of him. I think that's going to come, but we're checking off a lot of benchmarks. I would say we're probably going to be ready for Home Depot early next week. I'm kind of guessing Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, depending on how these park trips go and stuff like that. But we're heading in the right direction. He's doing good.